it's part of the program. You're trying to you come in from you know, in 2013 from Southern Ontario. You're trying to create a connection with your fan base, and certainly you know, the relationship from junior hockey, the junior A team that I work for, and then the Trappers AAA system. You know, I think every group is working, you know, in conjunction. Now you're even seeing graduated battalion players, local kids that are playing CIS hockey. The Lakers that were here before the battalion even set foot in North Bay. So I think it's all part of a process that I think any team that moves from one you know, community to another, you definitely want to connect. And obviously for the scouts and for Stan and Matt Rabideau, they get to see these kids, you know, literally in their own rink, you know, on when they're not playing. So the ability to scout and see the ability of players. Certainly, you know, Grady Lyle was a bit of a unique one because he was a local player, but ended up playing in the States. But certainly the ability to see Pacey Schluting not only play midget last season, but also be able to see him in the OHL Cup, and then even catch a few affiliate games when he played for us with the Voodoos is definitely a benefit to any team that has you know, has good local players. And you know what, a lot of the hockey I think is even improving for the fact that the OHL is back here, and players get you know, came in and saw, some of these young kids saw Barclay Goodrow, they saw, you know, Nick Paul win a gold medal with Team Canada. And these are things, you know, the years before that, for, you know, in that time between Centennials being away and the battalion coming here, you didn't have that opportunity. So I think that the dream is something more real to kids from North Bay, and the battalion are recognizing the talent here and going with it.
Brazeau on the far side, gonna run out of room. No, makes a clever play, walks in, tucks, drags, fires, and scores! That play just went
well,
viral.
you know what? It's very convenient. I mean, even the junior A leagues and the junior B leagues, and you know, all the, you know, when there were more metro teams in the OHL in Toronto and Brampton, you know what, the teams, you could basically get into your car and drive to the game. You didn't have to take a bus anywhere, you know. And you know what, some kids that we have, you know, with the Voodoos they're coming up, they'd never really been on a charter bus before, because you know, even if they played AAA hockey in Toronto, they never went on a charter bus very often, because they were just driving across town to play their next game.
Yeah, so it's not like most leagues, like the GTHL and everything, where everything's close by. No, we're not really known as skilled hockey players, I guess. You know, more of hard workers. You know, we have, you know, are growing up playing 2 games on a Saturday, and then a game on a Sunday in the Sioux, and then driving all the way back home, and you know, long days, and you know, a lot of hard work for sure.
You know, a lot of those guys down in Toronto, they think a long road trip's an hour for hockey games. You know, for me, the shortest one was about an hour and a half to play. You know, I was a novice. You know, you're 6, 7 years old, driving 5.5, 6 hours to play 2 games on a Saturday and then coming right back. So there's definitely a chip on your shoulder. You know, they don't really know what it's like playing up north. It's a lot of travel, it's a lot of long hours for your parents and stuff like that, but you do it because you love it. Yeah, it was a big thing. I mean, for me, it's a great spot to be. I mean, I'm an hour and a half away from home. My parents get to come in every single game. I think they've only missed about 4 or 5 games in 4 years. So being able to play in front of your friends and family, and kind of knowing a lot of people in the community from playing here and growing up kind of near here, it's a great feeling.
New Liskeard is you know, a town that's pretty well connected to North Bay. There's, you know, it's only about an hour and a half, hour to 45 minutes away, and you know, you certainly saw a huge buzz, you know, on that hometown night for Justin Brazeau. Really showed, you know, what it's all about. He scores 4 goals. You know, you go look at how many kids from in the early 2000s that were drafted from 2002 to 2013, and you know what, you're probably maybe 2 or 3 in one year was an anomaly, and there were years where nobody was getting taken. And now it's basically, you know what, it's you know, now you have 2 drafts, which obviously gives more opportunity for kids to get drafted. But now it's, you know, it's pretty much every year there's 2 or 3, and now, you know, the OHL, you know, there were times when Matt Marquardt was the only player in you know, from North Bay playing major junior hockey, and he was playing in Quebec. You know, and there was nobody playing in the OHL from North Bay. Now, you know, you look, there's the Jake Gravels, there's, Zach Roy. There's like 3 or 4 alone on the Hamilton Bulldogs, and then you have a handful, here with the battalion and some others up and coming. Logistically wise, and Stan will say the same thing, is the reality is with northern players, whether it's Daniel Walker, Bradley Chenier, Justin Brazo, they know what the North is. This is home for them. They've played in West Ferris Arena, they've played in Memorial Gardens, as kids. So you know what, it's an easier transition for those kids to get drafted by North Bay. They're not going to say, well, it's too far north, it's too cold, I'm too far away from home, because they're only 1 or 2 hours away from home, and really a lot of ways North Bay was home for them as hockey players anyways.
There's a saying growing up when me and Walker, we went by, is you can have all the skill in the world, but if you don't have a heart, you got nothing. So we kind of stuck by that our whole career.